So, the purpose of this video is I've been asked by a number of people to talk more about this gluten-free diet that I'm on. So I'm going to try and provide this video in such a way that it's not TMI, but it kind of explains what's going on. I do need to preface it by saying that I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not encouraging anyone to go gluten-free. This is strictly for educational purposes only. But I can tell you my story. My whole adult life, I have had terrible GI problems. Let me try this. Maybe there's less sun that way. Terrible GI problems. And they seem to be getting worse as I got older. And they were terrible. In addition to that, I was in pain every single day. Now, when I say I was in pain, it generally was confined to my joints, my muscle groups. Occasionally, it was an acute pain, but generally, it was just this dull, aching pain every single day. Generally different parts of my body. I used to jokingly tell my wife, she'd frequently tell me to just go to a doctor and see what they would say. And I would tell her, I'm a man, I live for pain. But every day I was in pain. Every day I had GI problems. It was not pleasant. Not pleasant at all. So, as I said before, I go to the gym a lot. Started going to the gym after I retired. And found myself putting on weight. And I reasoned that it made sense that I was putting on weight because I was putting on muscle tissue. Muscle tissue is 5 times more dense than fat tissue is. So I just guessed I was becoming more muscular. The reality was I was taking in more carbs than I was burning. And one day I tipped the scales at just over 200 pounds. So I was looking for a way to take some weight off because I wasn't sure how to do it. Technically, I wasn't eating badly. Not eating a lot of junk food, not eating a lot of sweets, never drink soda, never drink sugary drinks. And I really, pretty much, don't drink alcohol. So, in searching out a diet strategy that I could pursue, I came across the Keto Diet. It's got a little bit sunny now. And I started the Keto Diet. Now, one of the things about the Keto Diet is when you start talking to the experts, it kind of feels like you need to have a PhD in nutrition to follow this diet. And I don't even know if I ever even reached a state of ketosis. What I do know is that I dropped 41 pounds in 3.5 months. And that was 2.5 years ago. And I've kept most of that weight off. I say most of that weight because I got down to 159 pounds and I felt so light. I felt like a strong breeze could blow me over. So I brought myself back up to 165, which is about where I was when I was 30 years old. And now it's been a good weight for me. I stayed there for the last, well, a little more than 2 years. So I just heard something in the trees. Just want to make sure it wasn't a cougar. So, getting back to the keto diet. One of the fundamental points of the keto diet is that you need to dramatically cut down on your carbs. The idea behind it is that by cutting down on your carbs, you're cutting down on the external fuel sources that your body uses, and it forces your body to burn fat, your fat to energize your body. But here's the trick. There are certain rules to a keto diet. There are certain rules to a keto diet. And one of the critical rules is you have to dramatically cut down on your carbohydrates. And that means you cut out bread, you cut out pasta, you cut out bagels, you cut out pizza, you cut out cakes, cookies. I mean, pretty much any doughy products that you have been eating are gone. I actually, at one point in time to that diet, had myself down to 30 grams of carbs a day. And I felt good too. It's great losing weight. But as I researched further, I realized something else was happening. I was feeling really good, almost right from the start. And one of the things that I recognized and then researched is that by cutting out all of these wheat products like bread and bagels, I was also cutting gluten out of my diet. Now, gluten is a compound that is a product that's pretty much added to any wheat baking substance like bread, rolls, bagels, etc. And the problem with gluten is that, and I'd encourage you to read up again on this. This is not me giving medical advice. You can read up on the internet about the effects of gluten. But the problem with gluten is it's an inflammatory agent in our bodies. Some people seem to be able to handle it relatively well, but it's estimated that about 40% of people who do not have celiac disease, only about 1% of people actually have celiac disease, but about 40% of the people have some degree of sensitivity to gluten. And here's what happened. Within 48 hours after I stopped eating gluten products, within 48 hours, after 50 years of problems, within 48 hours, my GI tract was back to normal. And I have never had a problem with my GI tract since I took gluten out of my diet.